Hey guys, Impus Chimp here, and today I'm going to be chronologically linking every Mario game ever created. I'm talking Super Mario Bros. Series, New Super Mario Bros. Series, Mario and Luigi series, Luigi's Mansion, all of those games. Here we go. This list took incredibly long to create. I have my first list, which just was like the knowledge I had at the time before I got into any information. This was I think 2 weeks ago when I made this, and it was looking at it now, it was extremely off. I'm so glad I did not use this list for the video. I was about to. The reason this video took so long to be made was because I've been trying to upload some other videos, they just won't upload, and it started to get me upset. And then I started to do other things during the summer, and then I started working on this, and this took way too long to make. So I'm sorry about that, but I have the list now. I have a few more that are gonna pop up on my channel. I'll get into that later, but certain games that I'm not gonna include are like Mario Kart series, because that's more of a spin-off. Hotel Mario, it's just bad. Mario's Time Machine, which is just like a history thing for children to learn, I think. I don't really know what that game is, but it's really bad. Super Smash Bros. That's also a spin-off. So we're not going to do games like that. We're just going to do the main Mario games like the Paper Mario, blah blah, stuff like that. Paper Mario, I'm not really going to talk about too much cuz I don't really have dates for those. I don't have the exact time when those happened, but we'll get into that later. So, yeah, let's get into the list. Let's get started. First up on the list is Yoshi's Island because Mario and Luigi are babies in that game. Afterwards take place the Yoshi games. I'm not really sure what order they take place, but if I get into that it will get way more complicated, so I have to, I'm just gonna say that the Yoshi games come between Yoshi's Island and the next game on the list, which is the past period of Mario and Luigi Partners in Time. We'll get into that much later whenever we get into the present time of Mario and Luigi Partners in Time. Next up on the list is Donkey Kong because, well, I don't actually know why I put Donkey Kong there. Because I'm not sure if Jumpman is actually like Mario. I'm not sure if Jumpman is Mario's dad. I don't really know, but after the events of Donkey Kong, the Donkey Kong games, not including the Country series, take place between Donkey Kong and the next game on the list, which is Mario Bros., which is when Mario and Luigi are finally grown up and they are plumbers and they are, I think, fixing pipes in either the sewers of New York City or New Donk City. It was originally New York City, but I think because of the new city, New Donk City, in Super Mario Odyssey, I guess that's the kind of city it would be, because that's kind of New York in the Mario world. And also Pauline, which is the person you save in Donkey Kong, is the mayor of New Donk City, so I just think it would make sense. If you haven't really played Mario games that much, you're probably not going to understand a word I'm saying, so yeah, you should probably go watch a few other videos explaining the Mario series, and then you can come back and watch this, because it will get very confusing later. Next up on the list is a classic. It's the Super Mario Bros. Game, and it's classic. You have to stop Bowser because he's turning all of the toads into bricks, and once you do that, day is saved. The next one, I'm not sure if we had to add. It didn't have to be added because it's more of a dream. It's Super Mario Bros. 2, not the Lost Levels. The Lost Levels is just weird, and I don't really understand it, but in a different list, I'll add that in. I'll get into that much later in the video. I'll do it because I'm doing another list on this channel about Mario, and it's gonna get kind of confusing, but you'll understand much later. I can't explain it now because, I'll just confuse everybody. Next up on the list is Super Mario 3D Land, and it makes sense to go here because there is a Tanuki tree. Tanuki tree. Why did they have to call it that? Alright, there's a Tanuki tree, and there's a storm happening in the game at the beginning. The storm causes all the Tanuki leaves on the Tanuki tree to blow across the kingdom. And it would make sense for that to happen before Super Mario Bros. 3, because in Super Mario Bros. 3, all the Tanuki leaves are already, scattered across the kingdom. So, I just thought it would make sense for this game to go there. After Super Mario 3D Land, there's Super Mario Bros. 3, which we just talked about. And then after that comes Super Mario World, which is when Princess Peach and Mario and some of the Toads go on a vacation to Dinosaur Island, where they see Yoshi and Bowser captures Princess Peach, the usual, and you have to go save her. After you save her, I think you go back to the Mushroom Kingdom and Super Mario 64 begins. The only reason that this game is here on the list is because Yoshi appears in that game, and most of it is just theorized why that this game should be here. After Super Mario 64, there's Luigi's Mansion, where basically Luigi wins a mansion and Mario gets trapped by some ghosts that are living in there because it's haunted, and Luigi has to save him. Luigi basically becomes a Ghostbuster. Next up on the list is Super Mario RPG, which is a strange game. I don't really understand it, but it fits here because Luigi's not in that game. And Luigi is in his new mansion while Mario, Peach, and Bowser are trying to save, I guess, the world because it was invaded by a guy named Smithy. I don't understand the game. It's pretty strange, but if you watch the final boss, you'll know what I mean. Next up on the list is gonna sound a little bit strange, but it's Super Mario Odyssey. And even though that's the newest game, doesn't mean that it's gonna be the last one on the list. Super Mario 3D Land came near the beginning, and I had reasons for that actually, kind of worked out. But Super Mario Odyssey was mostly theorized, but it's here because in RPG, Bowser and Peach fought alongside each other throughout the entire journey, and they might have gotten a little bit more close. So that causes Bowser to try and forcefully marry her. I don't know why they would put that in a Mario game. It was very strange for them to do that, but they still did it, and I didn't understand it at all. After Odyssey, Super Mario Sunshine takes place, and it's very hard to control. Not even my brother could play it that well. I just couldn't even play it because it's too hard to control. I don't know, something with GameCube games were just difficult. I don't really understand why. I wasn't good at it. Anyway, next on the list is Mario and Luigi's Superstar Saga. I have some important things that I have to say about this one game. This game caused me a little bit of trouble when I started coming up with my list because E-God is in that game. But in the Bowser's Minions one, they say that they're going to launch an attack on the Mushroom Kingdom. And this kind of messed me up because Professor E-God says that he might start, going back into his Luigi's Mansion, going into more research about ghosts. But then in Partners in Time, he's making a time machine because in Bowser's Minions, back in Superstar Saga, he also says at the end of that game that he's thinking about making a time machine. But also in that game, he says that he might go back into doing ghost research. So this kind of messed me up, but this is what I came up with. Since Bowser's Minions in Superstar Saga, in that, they stated that they were going to launch an attack on the Mushroom Kingdom. And so that made me think that, oh, that could be the start to the new Super Mario Bros. Series, which is what I did. I put New Super Mario Bros. Next on the list, and then after that I did Luigi's Mansion Dark Moon, because I just thought it would make sense there. But between those two games, I thought this would make sense. Like, between New Super Mario Bros. And Luigi's Mansion Dark Moon would be Mario and Luigi Partners in Time. Now, this game really kind of messed me up, because I had to do the past part near the beginning and the present part, so like I had to stick it somewhere, and since it was very difficult for me to like try and place Mario and Luigi Partners in Time, New Super Mario Bros. And Luigi's Mansion Dark Moon in a certain order, that was pretty much theorized for me. It was very difficult because I couldn't figure out where to put everything. So this is what I got: Mario and Luigi Superstar Saga, New Super Mario Bros., Mario and Luigi Partners in Time, and then Luigi's Mansion Dark Moon. Now that we have all that out of the way, I have the next game on the list, which is Mario and Luigi Bowser's Inside Story. I didn't really have anything really special about this. I just put it there because, I thought it fit. But there's the ending part where Bowser is beaten up and he gets angry that the Mario Brothers did this to him. He decides to send in the Koopalings to take Peach and ruin her birthday, which starts Super Mario Bros. Wii. And after that, things went pretty smooth until the galaxies began. And we'll get into that right after we get into Super Mario Bros. U. Now, the reason Super Mario Bros. U comes after Super Mario Bros. Wii is because Bowser's castle collapses in Super Mario Bros. Wii, which causes him to go and invade Princess Peach's castle and throw out all the other, Mario, Luigi, and two Toads. He takes over the castle, you have to save it, you do. End of game. But then this is where things got very, mixed up. So I have two versions of the list that I'm gonna do. The non-universe rebirth and the universe rebirth. This list is the non-universe rebirth, and you'll understand what I mean by that in a second. Now, in Super Mario Galaxy, the ending, Bowser's core reactor, which is like at the center of the universe, it's a star. And it gets destroyed, and it collapses into a black hole. And it resets the universe. Everything in the universe is sucked in and shot back out, creating the universe rebirth.
What?
In game, right after the black hole thing happens, Rosalina tells you that is happening, that the universe is going to reset. And when I first played through the game and that happened, I just didn't really think much about it. But now I'm thinking about it, the universe completely resets, and that messed me up with my list. So what I did is that I split it into two lists. So if you didn't want to do the universe rebirth, I did it a certain way, and then if you did want to do it, I'll have that show up on my channel another time. Now, because this is the non-universe rebirth list, this is what I got. Usually Super Mario Galaxy would come right after Super Mario Bros. U if you wanted to do the universe rebirth. But because I didn't want to, this is what I had to do. Super Mario Galaxy 2 comes after Super Mario Bros. U. Because Super Mario Galaxy 2, Captain Toad introduces himself in that game. And that happens in no other game. In Super Mario Galaxy, he doesn't introduce himself. And because of that piece of evidence, I decided to put Super Mario Galaxy after Super Mario Galaxy 2. Now, the ending of Super Mario Galaxy, we're just gonna pretend that the universe did not reset, because that's what you're gonna have to do if you want to use the non-universe rebirth. But see, that kind of messes a lot of stuff up, and you'll see why in my other list video whenever I come out with that, because it just gets way too complex, and you'll understand why when I let that video out. But let's keep going with this list. After Super Mario Galaxy 2 and Super Mario Galaxy, then comes Captain Toad Treasure Tracker. And the reason I put this one here is because Captain Toad, whenever he's looking for treasure, the treasure that he finds is power stars, which is the little stars that you collect in Super Mario Galaxy. And in the beginning of Super Mario Galaxy, there's a a star, I guess, star rain. I'm not really sure, but a bunch of stars rain out from outer space, and I guess that's like what they were trying to look for in Captain Toad Treasure Tracker. But at the end of Captain Toad Treasure Tracker, Captain Toad sees a little like green power star fly across the sky, and it leads him to the 3D world pipe. And since the pipe is already fixed up, we can tell that he just found the pipe like probably a few seconds after the Mario Bros went into it, which leads into Super Mario 3D World. It's basically Mario in 3D. End of game. All of this was theorized afterward. I mean, besides the end, this was theorized. Mario and Luigi Dream Team, I said would come here. I don't really have any evidence to support that. I just had to put these games here. Then there's Mario and Luigi Paper Jam, which syncs up the Paper Mario series and the normal Mario series, and we'll get into that right after we finish the normal Mario list. After Paper Jam comes New Super Mario Bros. 2, Super Mario Land, Super Mario Land 2, and Wario Land, and that is the conclusion to the Mario list. However, we also have the Paper Mario games, but I don't really have like the exact time where those happened. They just happened like I just have them scattered around the other games before that, like come before Paper Jam, because I don't really know where they would go there. They just like have like their own thing, I guess. I don't know. But Color Splash comes somewhere like in New Super Mario Bros. 2, Super Mario Land 2, and Wario Land. Somewhere around there is where Color Splash happens. I'll just like state my list, and then you guys can skip ahead if you want, because this may take a little bit. But here we go. This is everything on my Mario list. So first I'm gonna just mention like that the Paper Mario games, Paper Mario through Paper Mario Sticker Star, those games happen all in between up until Mario and Luigi Paper Jam. Okay, so like all the Paper Mario games that come before Paper Jam are just scattered. Okay, just imagine that. I'm not sure when they would happen. And then Color Splash happens somewhere after Paper Jam. These are the games that I do have in order. Yoshi's Island, the Yoshi games, past Mario and Luigi Partners in Time, Donkey Kong, the Donkey Kong games, not including the country games, Mario Bros, Super Mario Bros, Super Mario Bros 2, Super Mario 3D Land, Super Mario Bros 3, Super Mario World, Super Mario 64, Luigi's Mansion, Super Mario RPG, Super Mario Odyssey, Super Mario Sunshine, Mario and Luigi Superstar Saga, New Super Mario Bros. Mario and Luigi Partners in Time, Luigi's Mansion Dark Moon, Mario and Luigi Bowser's Inside Story, Super Mario Bros. Wii, Super Mario Bros. U, Super Mario Galaxy 2, Super Mario Galaxy, Captain Toad Treasure Tracker, Super Mario 3D World, Mario and Luigi Dream Team, Mario and Luigi Paper Jam, New Super Mario Bros. 2, Super Mario Land 2, and Wario Land. And that concludes the chronological order of every Mario game ever created. Oh, this took me way too long to create, but I did it. This is the non-Universe Rebirth version, and it's going to take me so much longer to create the Universe Rebirth because it's just chaos. So, hopefully, I see you in my next video. I hope you enjoyed. If you did, please click that like button. That will help out my channel a lot, and it will show me that you did enjoy this video and it was not all a waste. Also, comment down below what else you'd like to see. If you are new to the channel and this is the first video you've seen by me, please consider subscribing and clicking the bell for notifications, because that can help out a lot, because that notifies you every time I make a new video. And every time I make a new video, like, you could be the first person who checks out that video. So make sure you click the bell so you can get notified. Subscribe, click the like button, comment down below what else you'd like to see, and I hope to see you in my next video. Goodbye.